And Facts for EU has said the latest example of bullying behavior is a clear indication that Brussels will try to intimidate the UK in a similar fashion for having the temerity to quit the bloc. Millions will tune in to watch tonight's match at Wembley Stadium at 8 p.m., with a place against Italy, winners of last night's penalty shootout with Spain, at stake. The wrangle related to Danish rules limiting the time lorries are permitted to stay in state-owned rest areas to 25 hours in order to ensure they are available for drivers as and when they are required. The Danes, led by Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, believe the limit is reasonable given it only takes 5.5 hours to drive from Skagen in the far north of the country to Copenhagen in the east. However, the European Commission, led by President Ursula von der Leyen, has now confirmed it is taking Denmark to the European Court of Justice in Luxembourg, where the country will presumably face penalties of a rather different sort. Specifically, the Commission claims Denmark has infringed Regulation EC No. 1072/2009, relating to common rules for access to the international road haulage market, and Regulation EU 561/2006, relating to obligations on driving and rest times. Report author Lee Evans, Facts for EU's editor-in-chief, said, "At least the EU has only shown the Danes the yellow card. It can't afford to see more players leave the level playing field." While countries across the EU have been battling the COVID health crisis, readers will be relieved to know that the autocratic referees in the EU Commission have not let this divert them from the important task of imposing the totalitarian will on vital matters of concern, such as the time lorries can stay in lorry parks in Denmark. Mr. Evans added, Denmark will face a penalty shootout in the EU's court and it seems highly likely that the EU side will win. In that event, the Danish team will be chastised, ultimately given financial penalties if doesn't comply with the judgment, and will be told not to do it again. Turning his attention to Brexit, Mr. Evans said the Commission had likewise continent take the UK to court last year despite to having left the bloc in January. He said, even now, after the transition period has ended and the UK is supposedly out from under the EU yoke, the Commission has continued to bring fresh legal proceedings against the UK. The Brexit battle may have been won to some extent, but the war isn't over. It is perfectly obvious that the EU will continue to do everything possible to punish the people of the United Kingdom for daring to leave its evil empire. The only way to deal with a bully is to stand up to him or her. We continue to urge the government to do just that. It is the EU that has consistently been guilty of foul play. It's time to show the Commission the red card. A statement issued by the Commission on June 9 said, even if the explanation provided by the Danish authorities for the restriction were considered to be in the general interest, notably the objectives of ensuring orderly conditions at rest areas or addressing unlawful and hazardous parking, the restriction would need to be appropriate and necessary in relation to the objectives. This is not the case here, as such objectives could be reached by other means, without causing similar adverse effects. The matter was addressed in an exchange of letters between the Danish authorities and the Commission, and followed up with a letter of formal notice to Denmark and a reply thereto, as well as a reasoned opinion and a reply thereto. Despite the exchange of views, the situation has not been remedied.